quite a tense moment. Good afternoon, Facebook. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's had a really good weekend. Warm welcome back to my bedroom and to everybody watching on YouTube as well. Nice to have you with me. So I was just saying to our friends on Instagram here that we're going to do a Makeover Monday with a difference today, because we're going to be looking really deep down inside. So not just, kind of superficial what we put on the skin or whack on the skin in technical terms, according to lovely Kerry September, who was with me not that long ago. But we're going to be looking at collagen. Lots and lots of you have asked so many questions on all my social media channels. I picked it up on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. Lots of questions. Does it work? Is it worth it? All these different supplements. What are the different kinds? You've got bovine collagen. You've got marine collagen. You can make bone broth. Do the collagens actually work? Do they do anything? So I have been investigating for quite a while now, because everything that I like to talk about here has to be evidence-based. And I'm always a bit suspicious of fads and, just when I don't really see a visible difference. I'm used to things that have clinical evidence behind them and that genuinely work, and I'm always very willing to be the guinea pig and try things out. I was nobly testing the Russell & Atwell chocolates, obviously, on Friday, which I have to say were very, very good. Thank you for all your comments about that. Lots of you saying that you love Russell & Atwell, and we do have our Liz Loves discount, I think, which runs out, I think it was only for a week or less than a week. Maybe it was the end of the month. So Hillary saying, yeah, I'm just researching collagen. Glad you're chatting about it. Yeah, really interesting subject. There's lots to say. So let's get going. Quick hi to Lainey, who's manning Facebook. Hello, lovely Lainey. Thank you very much for putting everything up on Facebook. Obviously, we can link on Facebook, so you'll get the direct links there that Lainey will put up in real time as I talk. Can't do that obviously on Instagram, but we have put some links on Linktree. So if you're brand new to Instagram, this is the first live that you're watching, you're really warmly welcome here. Just go to my bio and you'll see that little blue line of text that says Linktree. And if you click on that, then lots of the links that I talk about. But sometimes I do go a bit off-piste, so if that happens, just go to lizarwellbeing.com, because that, as I always say, is the mothership for all information, for podcasts and features and research and all of that, recipes and the like. You will likely to find that on Liz Earle Wellbeing. So I'm going to be chatting, I'm going to be doing a live today, Instagram live, with the founder of a company called Ingenious Beauty, who I first came across, must be a couple of years ago now. I gave a talk at an exhibition in London called Live Well. And they had lots of stands and lots of people selling lots of different things. And I got given lots of things by people, stall holders, to try. And, I'm some of them I sort of look at and think, well, I'm not really too sure about that. But this chap I met, and he is an award-winning pharmacist. So that was number one, ears pricked up. And the co-founder of Ingenious, Pupinder Gatora. Hope I pronounced that correctly. So I am going to be quizzing him on all things collagen. So Pupinder, I think you have to request to join me on Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to wait. Oh, Sarah Lou, Ingenious order has arrived today. So Nikki's saying, what do you think? Well, it'll be far too early to tell, because according to my research, you really are looking at a kind of 3 to 6 months to really see the difference. You might begin to see a difference in a month or so, but it's not something that you can get overnight results from, okay? Just to say, we do have a Liz Loves. It is something that I love, this particular collagen. So we do have 15% off if you use Liz Loves in capitals, all one word, over on Ingenious Collagen. And their website is called Feeling Ingenious. Okay, feelinggenius.com. Feeling Ingenious. Feeling Genius? Feeling, feeling. I think maybe somebody spelt it wrongly here on my iPad. I'm not sure. Anyway, we will make sure that the correct link goes up. But feelinggenius.com, I'm sure if you have a look on your search engine, you'll be able to find it. And of course, you'll pop the link up there, Lainey. So let me go back to my request, Feeling Ingenious. There we go. So you have to click. Patsy, you went to the Live Well exhibition and you saw me there. Great. I wonder whether you came across Ingenious Collagen there as well. Good afternoon. Pupinder.
Hi, Liz, how are you?
I'm very well. Great that you could join us on this sunny Monday.
Thank you. Sorry, my phone has just started going crazy. Sorry about that. How
It's
are you?
always the way, as my lovely family here know. The minute we go live, something happens. There are some
Oh,
techie gremlins.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Facebook can't see you, but they can hear you, and I think
Okay.
that's the important thing, because it's actually the information that we're going to talk about, which is more important, I think, than the kind of the visuals here. Now,
Yeah.
I started looking at collagen, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe, when the supplements first started coming on the market, and I started trying a few, and collagen shots and powders and various things. And to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't see a huge difference, which is
Okay.
why I didn't write about them or talk about them, because I just wasn't convinced. And then I think you and I met very briefly, didn't we, a couple of years ago?
We did at Live Well. Yes, we did. Yeah.
At Live Well, and and you said I've got this great collagen, and I thought, yeah, there's lots of collagens out there.
Yeah.
But looking at yours is different.
Yes.
And
Very different.
very different, and that's what I really want to talk about. So this is the pack I've actually got in my London studios. I've got the glass bottle, and then these are the refillable packs, which I really like. So here on the farm, I've got my refillable ones. So
Brilliant.
kind of where to start, really. Should we go back to the basics and just talk about what collagen is and why it's useful for our skin?
Yeah, I mean, collagen is the most abundant protein that we have in our bodies. 75% of our dry weight in the skin is actually made up of collagen.
Wow.
And it makes up the way to think of it is like a meshwork net that all your other cells and organs can hang off of. And as we age, your collagen levels dip. So that's why it's such an important protein.
Right. And we find collagen in foods, is that right? People talk about bone broth and eating lots of protein.
Yeah, I mean, you do, but I think the key takeaway here is that, even bone broth, meat, fish, chicken, beef, all of that, you're ingesting masses of collagen, yes. However, the collagen itself is not protected. So your stomach does what it needs to do, i.e. digests the bone broth, chicken, steak, fish, whatever you're having, into amino acids. So you are getting amino acid absorption, yes, for sure. In terms of collagen peptides, it's not going to be a significant amount because you're not protecting that collagen peptide, which is what we have done with ingredients.
Now, I've actually, because I really want to be sure about the science here, I have had a couple of Zoom calls in recent weeks with a couple of professors who are on your team. One involved in pharmaceutical regulation, so looking at claims and testing, and I know that these have been independently clinically tested, and I was seriously impressed. I forget the gentleman's name. He's got an Italian name, hasn't he? Remind me.
Luigi Martini.
Luigi Martini. What a great name.
Professor of Pharmaceutical Innovation at King's College London.
Yeah, King's College London. I mean, he was seriously an impressive dude, I have to say.
He is very.
And then the other chap who I spoke to, remind me, your co-founder.
David Highland. He's a pharmacist that we met on a pharmaceutical consulting job, and he has a very keen interest in human biochemistry.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. So these guys, just to say, they are not beauty marketeers. This is the difference, isn't it? You guys, you come from pharma, you've got pharmaceutical background. I had a long chat with David. Gosh, we spoke for well over an hour. And he was talking all about the research, all the data on PubMed. Interesting how collagen was first really highlighted in the pharmaceutical industry for arthritis and bone and joint and tissue repair, which is really fascinating, and I definitely want to look a bit more of that. And I know that can be a kind of welcome side effect, can't it, for some people? So what he explained to me, which is something that I didn't know, when I've been researching collagen before, I've looked at, there seem to be two arguments that go on here, and I don't think either of them are actually correct, but we'll talk about them. One is that the bovine collagen, so that's your bone broths and your collagen that comes from your cow hide, I think. And then the other one is the marine collagen, which is your fish scales and all of that, and they're put into powders, and as you say, we absorb them in the gut, and that's when they're broken down with these incredibly powerful stomach acids into their amino acids, and they don't get beyond the stomach, do they?
The amino acids or
the collagen?
The collagen won't, I mean, the only way you're going to get collagen peptide truly through the stomach is if you protect it from the action of the stomach.
Exactly. So herein lies the difference. Okay, so what happens is, yes, you can have lots of bone broth, you can have spoonfuls, and often these things come in huge containers. I've got lots of them. I've got, I won't show you because they're, lots of other companies, but, great big packets and, big plastic tubs of, you put scoopfuls and scoopfuls in, and you think, I'm loading myself with collagen, this is going to be really, really helpful. And then what happens in the stomach acids is it's broken down, and you don't get the collagen going into where you need it, into your skin and your bones and your joints. Is that correct?
Absolutely, bang on. Yeah, you need to protect the collagen. So you need to put it in something that's going to stay intact within the stomach acid and allow the collagen to reach the small intestine.
Now, why is it important that the collagen reaches the small intestine, which is obviously lower down beyond the stomach?
That's the site of maximum nutrient absorption. That's where you absorb most of your nutrients, and the surface area there is so huge that if something is and this is another key thing, if something's the right size to pass through, then it's absorbed very quickly. And if you notice, on most collagen peptides, the quality isn't quite right. It's got to be 2,000 Daltons or less.
Yes. And what's a Dalton? Can you explain a Dalton to us?
So that's a measure of molecular weight. So it's a molecular weight measure. So how big, essentially, a collagen peptide is. So what you need, the key number to remember, is 2,000 Daltons or less.
Okay.
This is a small molecular size, and it's absorbed almost instantaneously through the small intestine. That is so important.
How interesting. Does that apply to other nutrients as well, that it's the absorption in the small intestine that makes the difference to the body?
That's most nutrients. I mean, different things are absorbed at different parts of the digestive tract. Water, for example, as soon as you drink water, and through the stomach, it's in your system. Yeah. And fats, they can go lower down as well. In fact, even in the colon, you can get some fat-soluble vitamin absorption. So it does vary, but the majority of your nutrient absorption is going to happen in the small intestine. So the key then
is to get collagen into our system if we want to be using it to replenish skin, particularly as we age. And, obviously I talk a lot about perimenopause and menopause, and we know that low levels of estrogen affect collagen production. So, that's one of the reasons why our skin can get so devitalized. So we need to get it protected enough. So having a spoonful of it in a powder isn't protecting it, is it? It's going to get broken down by the stomach.
Yeah, I mean, we're the only company that protects the collagen peptides.
Okay, so in here, this is what you get. Okay, so these little beauties, and they're slightly pink, which is also very interesting, which we'll talk about in a minute, because this is a really fascinating little area. What is this coating, this capsule, and is this sufficient to protect it going through the stomach?
This is our patent, actually. It's not a coating. The capsule itself has been developed out of plant cellulose, so it withstands the action of the stomach. And because the stomach is very acidic, the structure of that remains intact in that acidic environment. And as you go further down the digestive tract, the level of acid actually reduces. So that reduction in acid levels causes a structural change in that capsule, which allows it to release the three active ingredients in there. So your collagen peptide.
So you swallow this, and it will be able to go transit through all those stomach acids and deliver the actual collagen plus two other really key ingredients, which we'll talk about, in the small intestine, where it's then absorbed super quickly, and actually the real collagen then gets delivered to the skin cells, to to your bones and your joints and and wherever else you need it.
Absolutely.
So what would you say? I mean, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit, but what would you say to everybody who's spending money on unprotected collagen supplements?
The results you're going to see aren't going to be as good as they would be if you had a protected collagen supplement.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to give you protein, isn't it? It's going to give you the building blocks of protein, the amino acids.
It's going to give you the building blocks, but the really interesting thing here is after the age of 25, we're not as efficient, our bodies generally aren't as efficient. And the efficiency of us joining those amino acids together to produce the collagen is the reason why those collagen levels dip. So it's like a leaky bucket analogy.
Got you.
So, before 25, you've got a bucket full of collagen. After 25, little pinprick, and you've got drips of collagen coming out. So your body isn't as efficient at joining up those amino acids. And the key thing here, again, is this will reduce at a rate of about 1.5% per year. So it's really important to keep those levels topped up. And the only way you're going to do that is with a protected, high-quality collagen supplement.
Yeah, so 1.5% reduction in collagen per year, after the age of 25?
Yeah, and also
that's quite depressing.
During menopause. But you can help reduce that.
You can do something about it. Yeah. Let's talk about the collagen that you're using. So you mentioned the molecular weight. So 2,000 Dalton. So that's presumably what you're using. Is it in here?
Yeah, absolutely. 2,000 Dalton, marine collagen, free swimming, deep water fish. We track exactly where our actives come from. So yeah, all ingredients are tracked. And ethically sourced. And
there is a vegan option, isn't there? Because I'm seeing a couple of questions coming up on my Instagram.
There are vegan options, but again, it's very important to understand these are not collagen supplements. These are collagen stimulants. So you cannot get vegan collagen. Sure. You will only get collagen from an animal source.
Right.
What we use is a root extract, which actually stimulates collagen cell. It stimulates collagen cells to produce more collagen. So it's like a stimulant.
That's interesting. And does it work?
Yeah, I mean, we only use the active ingredients in our products that have been clinically tested.
Because you guys, you are all pharmacists and research scientists and professors. We mentioned the lovely Luigi Martini, was that his name?
Yes.
At UCL. Is it UCL or King's?
King's College London.
King's, yeah. This is evidence-based, and I have to, you have to trust me on this, guys. I've got a stack of papers, and, if you look up collagen on PubMed and all of that, it's very, very interesting, the data behind it. And, okay, so that's the collagen, which is obviously fascinating and really interesting. Now, what makes this even more interesting is that you have got 3 ingredients in this little teeny capsule.
Yes.
So what are the other 2 and why have you added them?
So the other 2, the first one is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid works in synergy with collagen. And again, those levels dip as you age. And hyaluronic acid is the molecule that's essential for keeping your skin moist. Mm-hmm. So one hyaluronic acid molecule will hold 1,000 water molecules. So having that with your collagen will give you that moisturizing, plumping effect on the skin. The other key ingredient is an antioxidant, something called astaxanthin. It's actually 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. It's the most powerful antioxidant out there. The reason this is so important, especially in skincare, as your cells divide, they're actually producing free radical oxygen. And these radical oxygen species will attack your skin. It's the same with UV light. So you need something that's going to mop up those free radicals and prevent your skin getting damaged. Mm-hmm. And that's what astaxanthin does. It's a really incredible ingredient. And that's why your capsule's pink.
That's why the capsule's pink. And that's the reason that flamingos are pink, isn't it? Because they eat lots of astaxanthin that comes from, is it algae?
It comes from algae, yeah. It's actually the algae's mechanism of protecting itself from UV rays. So if you put UV rays on algae, it becomes a pinkish colour. Right. That's its own natural UV protectant. And they found that astaxanthin has UV repairing and protective effects at a cellular level. So it's quite incredible stuff.
I've been looking into astaxanthin. I'm actually going to do a feature, I think, on it in my magazine, because it's a really interesting ingredient, and I'm seeing it now beginning to pop up in lots of different things. So even particularly going into the summer, because some people are saying that it can help protect the skin from the sun from within. Do you think there's something in that?
There is definitely something in that, but you should always still use a UV protector. Definitely put on sunscreen, 100%.
Yeah.
But the studies have shown that astaxanthin, because of its structure, and the key thing also is natural astaxanthin, not synthetic. There is a difference. So you can get companies making synthetic astaxanthin, which is no way as good as natural astaxanthin.
Really?
The key with the key with natural astaxanthin is the structure. And the reason it works at a cellular level is because it loves fats and it loves waters, which means it can actually sit across a cell inside and outside, which gives it some of its fascinating properties, including that UV protection and the UV repair at that cellular level.
Gosh, and so these three, the 2000 weight Dalton collagen from the deep sea fish source, the algae-based genuine natural astaxanthin, and the hyaluronic acid. Yes. All of those three things protected in this special patented coating, natural plant-based coating, gets through the gut, gets into the lower intestine, and all three then are absorbed quite quickly, you say, from the small intestine into the body where they can be used.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why you'll see in our clinical trials, which were independent, 98% of that cohort showed a positive result, which is incredible. And when Luigi saw those, he was like, you don't get these with some pharma products, never mind a nutraceutical that you guys have come up with. So the result.
And that was after how long?
That was after 12 weeks. So your skin cycle itself is 6 weeks. So that's the average time it would take for you to notice the difference. But we wanted to carry out a 3-month clinical trial.
Yeah. And is this something that's safe for everybody to take? Are there any downsides? Does it interfere with any medication? Obviously, you're a big pharmacist, so you'd know this.
Yeah. No, they've got something called GRAS certification, which means generally recognised as safe. So it doesn't interact with any medicine. The side effects there aren't any.
No, just positive ones.
It's just positive ones, yeah.
And I know that you can't make any medical claims about things like arthritis, but there have been a lot of testimonials, haven't there, from people who've been using your supplements for a while now who report improvement. Why do you think that would be?
Because of the protection, the formula we use, and also the quality of the actives. So, like you say, I can't say because it is a medical claim, but the reviews that we have of people taking the product, they're saying, their joints do feel better. They feel spongy, which is a phrase we hear quite regularly. And again, it's because we're protecting the collagen. We've got that formula, and the absorption is there. So you're getting all those actives through.
You are actually getting it. And I think that's the bottom line, isn't it? No one's saying that we have to take these supplements at all. But I think from my point of view, as somebody who researches these things, if you're going to spend your money, and if you're going to choose to take collagen and to have hyaluronic acid and to look at astaxanthin, then buy something that's going to work. Because, there's really not much point in spending a lot of money on something that hasn't been properly formulated, as you say, that may not be the natural form of astaxanthin. It may not give you as much benefit. It may be the kind of unprotected collagen that gets broken down in the gut and doesn't actually, maybe a tiny bit gets through. I can imagine is that not right? If you're having masses of spoonfuls of things, would you get a little bit?
Yeah, if you're having masses, they recommend taking 10,000 milligrams. And when you compare that to us, we're giving 627. So it's a massive difference. So some of it may go through.
Yeah.
But with us, because of the protection, it will go through.
Yeah.
And also, we're the only one that have done this independent clinical trial.
Yeah,
if you're going to put something in your body, you need to ensure that number one, it's safe.
Of course.
It works. And it's going to do what you claim it to do.
Yeah.
And, we've been bold enough to say, right, here's our product. We're going to get that independently tested because we know it works. We've done the science. No other brand does that. you're seeing consumer surveys all the time.
Yeah.
But again, the consumer survey is an opinion. The clinical trial is fact. You can't hide from it.
No, you can't. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's also really important that it's safe.
Yes.
Taking a small amount of something that is going to get to where it's meant to be and deliver its activity is one thing. Taking huge amounts of supplement that hasn't been clinically tested, as you say, that's an awful lot, isn't it? It's
absolutely.
It's so let's just talk. I can see some questions coming up here on Instagram about what is the dosage. So when you start with this, do you have to kind of load the system and then carry on with the maintenance, or do you just take the same amount every day?
Well, it's very dependent on the individual. The normal dosage that we have there is 3 capsules at night, which is 627 milligrams of collagen peptide. And we find that works for most people. However, you've got other factors that can mean you may need to take a little bit more. So if you're postmenopausal or you're doing a lot of sports, your collagen usage is going to increase.
Okay.
And in those circumstances, when I do, because I do consultations as well, so we have people calling in and I'm consulting about, what can they do with their collagen, and just having a holistic approach about it. In those circumstances, I recommend, double the dose for maybe about 2 to 3 months. That's like a load just to get you back up, and then maintain at 3 capsules at night. And
very
a lot
interesting.
of people find that help. Yeah,
right,
and
okay.
again, it's very much dependent on the individual.
Well, I am postmenopausal, so I'm going to increase my dose.
Okay.
I'm going to increase mine to 6 capsules, and there's no downside on that. There's no risk.
There's no downside, no risks, and again, you won't need to do that forever. It will be perhaps for 3 months you'll double dose, and then you'll titrate back down to a maintenance of 3 at night.
And then, do we have to take it forever? I mean, is it something that is?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's your leaky bucket, So the bucket is producing more and more leaks as you age. So you do need to keep those levels topped up. That's so important. So once you do start it, you should continue. If you stop, then you're going to notice the decline in your collagen levels.
I guess that's the thing, isn't it? The proof of the pudding is always in the eating of it, and you just try it and see. The science is there.
Yes.
Give it a try. No downside, and then, if you stop, see what the difference is. It's up to you, isn't it? What about things like skin disorders? Do you think that collagen can help on the inside? Things like rosacea and eczema and dry skin.
Again, medical claims. It's difficult for me to.
Okay, sorry to put you on the spot. Yeah.
Comment.
But people has anybody reported that? I mean, I'm interested as somebody who has eczema and I have it in my family.
On our Trustpilot reviews, you'll see there's a few that have mentioned medical conditions.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll certainly take a look, and good that you've got some Trustpilot reviews there. Now, before we finish, I just want to ask you about taking it, because you mentioned taking it at night. And when I had my deep conversation with David, he was explaining that the reason for that is that you really want your stomach to be totally empty. Because when we eat, our stomach acids start to kind of churn around. And that's really when you're at risk of starting to break down things like this capsule coating. You don't want that broken down. But is that why your stomach has to be empty?
That's what we recommend. It's purely a mechanical thing. So if you've got less items in your stomach when you take the capsules, there's less likelihood of that movement and churning damaging the capsule.
Okay.
So that's why we recommend. Also, if you take.
Yeah, go on.
Also, if you do take it at night, when you're sleeping, your body is going into this rejuvenation recovery mode. So you're going to really try and make the most of that supplement.
At what point does the stomach stop churning? And I only ask because I'm somebody who kind of tends to snack quite late. So I'm just wondering, if is it like an hour after having like a late night snack?
So pharmaceutically, empty stomach we define as either an hour before you eat or 2 hours after. So in this instance, it would be 2 hours after you eat, we would say that your stomach is
I've just got to stop late night snacking, haven't I? There are so many things that I hear about that, that need to be on a completely empty stomach to get best results. And I guess that's also the thing, isn't it? If you're spending money on things, you want to give them the best chance, because
Absolutely.
And I do know. I mean, I think about my collagen supplements, and I think, I want to protect those little capsules. I want to make sure that they get all the way down where they can deliver the goodness. And now, sometimes I have been having them first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, which would be an option, wouldn't it? But of course, I'm not then getting the repair, the overnight repair.
Again, we don't want to be totally hung up that it's got to be this, and it becomes like a stressful thing, so you become really
It's enough stress, isn't there? Believe me, without that stressing over your collagen supplements.
Yeah. So don't worry too much. If you can do it, fantastic. If you can't, or you even forget and you think, oh, you know what, I've just eaten and I didn't take my collagen. Take it. It's not going to do you any harm. The results just may take a little bit longer. You will get the results, they'll just take that little bit longer. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much. We give you the best advice and the best environment for you to take the product.
Yeah.
And then it's not a hard and fast rule, for sure.
So I know there's been a few ladies here who are taking Utrogestan, the body identical progesterone at night in the little capsule.
Yeah.
Could you take that as well, or would one little capsule be enough to set off your stomach acids?
No, you can take that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
take it at the same time.
Take it at the same time. Yeah, that's not an issue.
Great. It's great to have a properly qualified pharmacist on the call here, so that we can get real, proper, clinically evidence-based, safe information, which is what we always strive to do here so much. Well, I think this has been a fascinating discussion. I know there have been lots and lots of comments. There's lots of interest. Let's hear your website name again, because I'm not sure if I got it right. And I know you've got lots of information on that, haven't you? Which is a really interesting site. Honestly, some of the blogs and things that have been written on there are so interesting that it's completely fascinating. And I think you guys are amazing. I really do.
Thank you so much. So the website is feelingenious.com.
feelingenious.com. And just to reiterate, you can take this with any other medication. It's not going to there's no contraindications. No. It's just excellent.
And also on our website, you've got the option of actually having a consultation.
Nice.
So I also do consultations, and that looks at you holistically, not just the collagen peptide. And if there are ever any questions, we are a really client-focused company. So if there's anything at all, you've got direct links to the CEO of the company, me. So
amazing.
We're an open book.
I love that, and I love that. You tick so many boxes for me. I do. British, founder-led brand. Evidence-based, doing things ethically, responsibly, in the right way. And you give us a Liz Loves discount, so thank you.
Yes.
Really, really so happy to have connected with you, Prapinder. Thank you so much. And do you ship overseas? Sorry, quick question from somebody.
Yeah, international shipment, no problem.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. Very best wishes to you and all your team. Thank you for being with me. Bye. I think you have to click goodbye, otherwise I'm going to lose everybody else. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh my goodness. So interesting, didn't you think? And it's really hard actually for me to sit here, because having looked at all the evidence from all the different collagen brands, and you can imagine, I must have probably at least a dozen that have passed my desk this last year or so. And to say, actually, guys, they're just breaking down in your stomach. So, that's really why I've been so quiet on the subject. I get asked so many times, and many of you have asked me, can you talk about collagen, and what do you think about collagen, and this and that, and I've been asked to talk about various other brands in the past, and I've looked at it, and the evidence hasn't stacked up. And this genuinely has been the first supplement that I've seen. And I have taken more time, I think, researching this than possibly many, many other supplements, just because I wanted to be really sure. And, talking to people like Professor Martini from King's College, who oversaw the randomized trial that they did, the clinical trial, and seeing that amazing data Now, of course, you don't have to take collagen. You don't have to take astaxanthin. You don't have to take hyaluronic acid. But if you're somebody particularly like me who's, you know, the other side of the hill, if you like, so kind of, you know, post-50, menopausal, perimenopausal, dry skin, maybe thinking about joint issues, you know, what's not to love about something that's got the hyaluronic acid with it and the astaxanthin, which I am going to talk about in the future because it's so interesting. That whole thing about flamingos being pink because of the astaxanthin and the fact that you can get different forms of it, natural and synthetic. You know, I mean, I just thought it was great. Really, really good. So anyway, so it does come in a lovely pot. My lovely pot is actually in London. I've left it at my studio. So these are the refill packs and these are the little capsules here, and they're super easy to swallow. So yeah, there you go. Liz Loves, all capital letters, it gets you 15% off everything, and I'm going to have to get some more because I'm going to have to double my dose. Now, from talking about repairing our skin from the inside, let's have a chat about what we can do on the outside, because there are some certain things that we can do. And I have got somebody staying with me who I'm so pleased to say is well enough to join us today. So as a surprise guest, I have my lovely Lily.
Hi everyone.
So nice to have my girl here. Little bit of a surprise. So we're going to have to squish together for Instagram because we have to do it that way, where of course our lovely friends on Facebook and YouTube have got a bit more space to see us spread out here. Now, this is really fortuitous that you're here today as we talk about skin in particular, because we can talk a little bit about your mask.
Yes, we can.
Which has been getting, I mean, talk about amazing reviews and press as well.
I know.
Which magazines have you been in now?
Vogue, Tatler, in Tatler's Surgery Guide, which they do once a year, which is like the best of the best.
Wow. You didn't just pay for that?
No.
They just put you in?
They just put us in, yeah.
Great.
Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fair?
Yeah. The Telegraph.
Cool. I don't think I've been in Vanity Fair. maybe once, actually, a long, long time ago, there might have been a small mention.
The FT, How to Spend It.
I haven't been in that either.
Yeah.
God, this is getting competitive. And this, for anybody that hasn't seen, because we've actually, Lily's going to do a world exclusive reveal here. First time, something brand new, which is just really fun. I mean, I have to say, it's kind of a bit strange, but it's really good. But before we do that, this is the lovely mask. So this is the amazing cell return mask. This is your baby.
It's my baby.
It is your baby, isn't it?
Baby.
I use it every night. I use the red setting. Yes, it is extremely expensive. Yes, Lily has given us a discount.
Yes, I have.
Which is good. So the Liz Loves is ongoing. It is extraordinary for rejuvenating the skin and also, interestingly, I think, talking about the different settings. So you've got the red light setting.
Yes, and carrying on from collagen discussion.
Let's talk about collagen.
That's the most, now, just for anyone who hasn't seen this on your Instagram lives before, it doesn't flicker in real life. This is because it's being picked up by a camera.
Gosh, Devon created saying she wears it every night. So do I.
Yeah,
this is me, okay, at night. I do actually take the little cover off. And I go to sleep with it on. I wear it like that.
Yeah.
That's why I have it here at the end of my bed. And then I just, after 20 minutes, it switches itself off.
Yes, it does. I normally stay awake for the whole thing, but the other day I did wake up with the mask like pressed into my pillow.
I just kind of, flip mine off when it's finished. Let's talk about collagen then. So what's the data on collagen and red light?
So red light, and it's actually what makes it unique about our mask is that we mix it with near infrared light.
Right.
Because you need to get it deep into the fibroblasts of the skin. So not just red light on the surface. So if you add near infrared light, which we have done, and it's a special patented wavelength that no other mask has.
Really?
Yeah. And that penetrates 12 times deeper than red light alone. And what that does is activates the fibroblasts, and the fibroblasts are responsible for your collagen and hyaluronic acid production.
Oh my goodness. Okay, ladies. So those of you who are fortunate enough to have the mask, if you've then got your ingenious collagen.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just going to be all looking like teenagers. It's just going to be, or at least hanging on to what we have. I have to say, you know, my skin does glow, and I really miss the mask if I don't have it with me. So that's the
Yes.
red light. Then when you press the top of it here,
Yeah, so we've got 3 settings. We've
it
got
goes
blue.
to blue, and again, it doesn't flicker in real life. It's just that the camera that's making it flicker. Why would we use the blue setting?
We would use. Oh, I just realised my plat's fallen out. You would use the blue setting so that's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it also helps the skin regulate its sebum production. So you would use it for spots, blemishes, acne.
Yeah, I know,
if you've got
teenagers. Oh my goodness. Well,
yeah.
and we've got somebody actually who's not a teenager, who's well out of teens.
Actually, I've had
has a
people
problem with
messaging me
acne.
who have never had acne before and all of a sudden are getting adult acne.
From stress, do you think, maybe?
Maybe from, I don't know what is causing it, but they have been prescribed blue light.
Blue light.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's the blue light setting.
Yeah.
Then we've got another setting.
Pink mode.
Pink mode. So what is pink doing?
No, pink is for calming inflammation in the skin and also to help reduce scarring. So again, if you've been using it maybe for acne scarring, you then use the pink mode afterwards to bring down the inflammation once you don't have any more active spots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or if you've got any facial scarring.
If you've got any facial scarring or hyperpigmentation or anything
really?
like that, yeah, it can help with that, as can the red mode as well.
Well, what I do when I haven't got very much time, if I'm going out in the morning or maybe I'm doing a photo shoot or telly or something, I'll do this last one. And this is fast mode.
Yes.
And this is just 9 minutes, isn't it?
9 minutes. So you get 7 minutes of red and then 1 minute of blue and 1 minute of pink. So it's like a kind of skin zap MOT type thing.
Love it. Absolutely
Every
love
day.
it. Okay, so that's just a very quick review.
Yes, it chats
and
to you.
It chats to you, which is great. Not in Korean, it chats in English.
Yeah.
And it's from South Korea, and the South Koreans are just extraordinary with their
Yes.
beauty tech, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So this is the market leader in South Korea. So if it's the market leader in South Korea, it's going to be the market leader everywhere.
Globally. And this will have its medical license soon, won't it?
It will, yes. We are. So it has its medical license in South Korea, but it doesn't have its medical license over here yet.
Well, didn't it get caught up in Brexit?
It did get caught up in
It's got a
Brexit.
European
It's got a
medical
European,
license,
yes,
but of course
exactly.
we're no longer part of Europe, so now it has to
We
reapply.
just missed the deadline, so we have to reapply to get it medically approved over here.
But that will be really good, because I
Yeah.
know some of the beauty editor friends that I've spoken to have said, oh, is it medical grade? And I said, well, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but we can't say it is.
But you can't say it until you've got your license. Okay, all right. Well, a bit like
I don't get into
Papinder
trouble.
not being able to say
Yes.
about other things. Well, thank you very much for the discount on that. And we
Yes.
do also have coming up, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say it actually.
What do you mean?
Well, about the in the magazine next issue. Do you think I should reveal that or not? I could do. Okay, so for my lovely magazine subscribers, we do have a competition that will be coming up soon to win one,
Yeah.
which will be really exciting. That's just so what we wanted to do. Anyway, I didn't say that, okay? If my team are watching, no, nothing to see, nothing to see.
Yeah, I was about to
No,
say,
you can
you're
just
the
move
one
along, move along.
who disclosed content before publication, not me.
Get into trouble. Okay, so talk about disclosing new things.
Mm-hmm.
Let us see what we've got here.
So this is brand new. Now this one does currently talk in.
Yes, there is a discount for the hair cap.
Yes, there is. So the discount, the Liz Loves discount. So we're at sellreturn.co.uk because we're obviously the UK branch, and it is 10% off with the Liz Loves code, and it's 10% off any price reductions on the website as well. So you double save.
Got a double discount. That's
Yeah.
my girl. Thank you. Even things like the little face cleansing gadget,
Yeah.
which
you get
I
10%
love.
off
Which
that.
is
Oh,
just,
it's
you can
so
wait, it's just
great.
buzzing.
I love
Can you
it.
hear it buzzing?
And it
That's so
buzzes
cute.
at 10,000 beats per minute, whereas the leading market one, that I won't name and shame,
No.
buzzes at 8,000.
Oh, so you beat that one
Yeah,
too.
so we
Just
beat them
knocking it
too.
out of the park,
Yeah.
aren't you? Really, I love that. I didn't know that it was quite so vibrational. Fabulous. Now this
This is
is
our new thing.
oh my goodness.
This is a Wearo.
A Wearo.
A Wearo. And this is fresh in from South Korea. And this is for your bottom and your pelvic area.
Okay.
Hopefully we won't get too rude.
Okay, so how does it work then?
So basically you've got two parts. So in South Korea, they call it the Y zone, the W zone, which is the bottom, because it's shaped like a W. And then this is the Y zone, which is your kind of groin area, because it's shaped like a Y. So this is the W zone piece, which you can sit on.
So you sit on that?
You sit on it.
Do you take your clothes off?
Yes, you could wear very thin, white, kind of like linen trousers if you wanted.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
But the best
is
thing to
is that
do
going
is
to lift your bottom then? Is it like a bum lift?
Well, it helps with the skin on your bottom.
On your backside. So you've got a saggy bottom.
It would be great. It would be like a face mask for your bottom. But that is one use of it, but its primary use is this has far infrared in it. So
far infrared.
So
not the mask has near infrared.
Well, it has red, near, and far.
Near and far.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So this can actually go in further deeper into the body, and it actually creates the optimal environment for healing. So if you're postpartum, if you've got hemorrhoids, if you've got anything down there, fissures, recovering from surgery, organ prolapse.
Wow.
It will help your body in its natural healing process. And that is why the Y zone, this is why the Y zone one, see I can see laughing faces, I know. The Y zone one is great because it's pocket, like kind of not pocket size, but yes, Piles, who just suggested it. This is a little one and it can just sit on your tummy like that. It's brilliant for period pain, IBS, if you've got an upset tummy, trapped wind, it will help.
Well, funnily enough, Lily lent me one of these, and I did sit on it in my pants for a little while, and I just thought, I don't know that there are enough hours in the day really for me to do all of this, but yes, certainly. I think if I was a bikini model, I would definitely invest in one. But I had a really sore hip.
Yes, you did.
I pulled something. I don't know. Been jumping around too much skipping probably. I blame Michael Gary. Anyway, I had this. And I just tucked it inside my trousers like this.
Yes, exactly.
I just popped it inside my tights. And seriously, within the day, it had gone. I was really, really impressed with it.
We've had similar
Could I use it on my hands? Because I really want to put it on the backs of my hands. I want you to make gauntlets.
I know you want me to make gauntlets.
I want you to do sell return gloves.
I know. I'm trying to get them to do it. Yes, you could put it on the back of your hands, absolutely.
Would I be better to use the mask though, maybe?
Well, you can just do both at the same time.
In the mask, which I do.
And it's the near infrared that you want for your skin, because I'm assuming it's for your skin.
Yeah, for my skin.
So the mask is strong enough for that. You don't need the far infrared that's in
How
this.
interesting. I wonder whether in the future, maternity units or whatever, would consider like hiring them out or something.
Yes. Obviously not while you're pregnant.
No.
They are for postpartum, and of course we recommend checking with your doctor and being signed off and all of that, because all of our bodies are different. But they are very, very exciting.
So obviously I know that you're very good on cell return with .co.uk with your answering questions.
Yes.
And you've got a medical team of doctors and surgeons actually who are involved with the company.
Yeah, so...
Yes, talking to us in Korean.
It's talking in Korean because it's a sample, because our order of the English-speaking ones is arriving on Monday.
Oh, how exciting!
Next week.
Sweetheart. And how much are they? Are they more expensive than the mask?
No, they're cheaper than the mask.
Are they?
Yes. So they are normally £1,099.
Right, 1099.
1099.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
They're currently, because we're doing a pre-order price, because we don't have them yet, so kind of pre-order price. At £969.
Right.
And then you can get your Liz Loves discount.
So you get another £100 or so off.
So it comes in at £872 and 10 pence.
And 10 pence. Well, there you go. It's very nice to reveal it to the world here, and I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about it. I saw a comment there.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, just very quickly, I saw a comment about somebody was concerned about their eyes with the mask. I was looking at some very interesting data looking at the LED, the red light in particular, helping macular degeneration. And I don't know whether you've come across this. I was going to send it to you.
Oh, no, do send it to me.
It was, I think it was when I was researching, I was actually looking at something to do with the collagen. And yes, there were some studies showing that the LED light, the red light in particular, because it is completely safe.
It is completely safe.
For the eyes, which is why you can have your eyes open, or if you want to, I mean, you can, pop little eye shields if you wanted to.
Yes.
Underneath it, or you could wear a little cotton, little black cotton mask or something if you wanted. But I like it because I like it on my, crepey eyelids. So I actually like
yes,
the benefit.
yes,
so I definitely,
yeah.
I sometimes have my eyes open, I sometimes have my eyes shut.
I have mine shut just because I do like breathing exercises to wind down at night. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes if I'm falling asleep, obviously my eyes are shut.
Yes.
But I just thought that was very interesting. There were two things actually that I was looking at in this study, which I wanted to share with you. One was the potential benefit for macular degeneration,
yes,
which is a significant issue as we age, and the other one was actually. And I wondered whether this was for the hair one, the helmet one, which might be better, because it was using red light in a trial with Alzheimer's.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, and your grandfather actually spoke to me about this a couple of years ago because he's got a colleague, or a former colleague, who I think he's at Harvard, and he's a professor, and he's investigating Alzheimer's and dementia. And one of the things that he was looking at was the use of red light. And this was years ago, a couple of years ago that we were talking about it, before you started with cell return.
Yeah.
So isn't that interesting that there are all these... Yeah, exactly, Nikki. What we need is a complete unit that we just walk into. I'm so wanting that. I want to basically, I don't know, I suppose like an old-fashioned sunbed, but maybe have one that's padded. That just does everything. That you just lie on, basically, for half an hour a day or 10 minutes a day or however long it's going to take.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe that will happen in the future.
In the future. It's also, the technology is so new at the moment, it would be so expensive.
It would be so expensive. Because the thing about these masks, I mean, I know that...
Because the technology is so advanced.
Well, this is NASA technology, isn't it?
Yeah, it's NASA-derived technology. So they
NASA-derived.
took an idea that NASA started and ran with it, basically.
But one of the reasons why this one is so expensive, not only because you've got the near-infrared as well as all the different settings, and again, ignore the flashing, it doesn't flash in real life. How many little bulbs have you got here?
1,026.
1,026?
Yes, and our nearest competitor that has... near infrared is in the kind of 700 range.
Gosh.
And also we cover the neck and décolleté, whereas most, it stops here, whereas most masks stop here.
Gosh. Yeah, that's the other thing that I like about it, is this bottom bit is for saggy chins. So it's really here. This is the bit that you're really getting.
Yeah.
I saw there was a comment here about cataracts and laser surgery.
Yeah, of course. If you've got things going on with your eyes, like if you've got cataracts or having laser eye surgery, then because of this is actually technically called low-level laser therapy. So you absolutely need to be signed off by your doctor to start using it and stuff if you've had laser eye surgery or cataract surgery or anything like that.
Yeah, but presumably helping with the healing afterwards. Once you've been signed off.
And if in doubt, ask. Like you said, we have a medical team. And
very good medical team.
We even get people to send pictures of their balding patterns and stuff.
Yes, now talk about the hair one, because the hair one, which you can see on your website, and we get the discount on everything, so that includes the hair helmet, I call it.
It's called the Hair Alpha Ray.
Hair Alpha Ray, sorry, I give it the proper name.
It's called the magic helmet in this household.
The magic helmet, yes, or the magic hat. That's what your
magic hat.
Former stepfather called it. Is Lily coming? Is she bringing her magic hat? Can she drop off her magic hat? And I said, look, you really ought to go and buy your own magic hat, because he really does like it. Looks like a cycle helmet.
Yes, it does.
And how does that work? Because that's presumably a different frequency, because we don't want to grow hair on our faces.
Exactly. It's completely different wavelengths. It's still using red and then 2 different frequencies of near infrared. But they are different frequencies because they have found they did 70,000 hours of testing to make the mask. Right. So to get the right frequencies and stuff. Right. So So basically, yes, you don't grow hair on your face, but what it does is stimulates so it does 2 things. It does scalp health, the metaphor, the easiest way to explain it is, if you want a healthy plant, you need good soil. The plant being your hair, the soil being your scalp.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is stimulating the hair follicles and the fibroblasts in the scalp.
And it does actually work?
It does actually work.
So, but the key thing here is, if you are interested in using it for regrowing hair, you take photographs and then you send them to Cell Return, and their medical doctors look at it and tell you genuinely whether it's going to be a waste of time or whether it's going to be good.
Exactly, because we only want to do the best. And also what's it called? It works on both male and female pattern baldness,
right?
Which are two different things.
They are different, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're to do with androgens and
yes, exactly.
I
so
had to go back through my notes to remember.
Yes, exactly. So it's both of those, but obviously, and also can help with healing from if you've had a hair transplant, because near-infrared light promotes wound healing and is anti-inflammatory.
Oh my goodness! I think what we should do is we should do a whole thing on hair loss, perhaps another time.
Yes.
Because I think that's I think, there's just so much, and there are so many different reasons for hair loss as well.
Yes, I know.
Hormonal and stress and illness and genetics.
Yes, stress has been a big one recently with the lockdown and everything, of people shedding more, and so people have been much more interested in kind of hair loss than they were.
And do you think
before.
this would help for that, or?
Yes, I think so. Something like that.
For that kind of hair loss.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and how much is the hair helmet? We're now being asked. The magic hat.
The magic hat is because we also currently have a wee discount on that as well.
Plus a wee discount.
A wee discount.
That sounds like Lorraine.
I know.
A wee discount.
That's my Scottish ancestors coming out.
Yeah.
So that, plus with the Liz Loves, I don't have the exact figures, but it would be kind of ballpark.
Is it more or less than the face mask?
It's slightly more than the face mask, so it's about 1,800.
Right.
With the discounts.
Cheaper than a hair transplant.
So much cheaper than a hair transplant.
So much safer.
So much safer, and it's not going to get rejected.
Right.
And you don't have the downtime.
No.
The problem with hair transplants is they often get rejected.
Right.
They reject the follicles.
Well, I remember doing a
takes
podcast
longer.
on it. It's very, very complicated. It can look quite fake. You've got to be quite careful.
You do have to be careful. You have to go to good people.
Yeah, we've got a good podcast. If you're interested in hair transplants, there is a very good podcast on Earle Wellbeing about it. Well, I think, my goodness, that's all we've got time for. I can't believe we've been sat here for an hour now, but so interesting, isn't it? So interesting. Just a couple of quick things before I go that my team wanted me to mention.
Ooh.
It says here in my notes, it says, Lily to join Liz to show latest product for bums. That's what it says. Thanks, guys. That's really, really good notes
Latest
I've got in here.
for bums.
Your bum product. Well, we've done the bum product.
It's called the W zone because it looks like a W.
It does. Well, hopefully it'll look like a little teeny tight, lifty-uppy kind of W, rather than a big sort of saggy W.
And it also does the when you tried it, it has a little massage setting.
Yes, it does. But I think it's probably too early in the day to talk about that, isn't it?
Oh no, not for that, Mummy.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about for to help ease tight lower backs and hips and stuff.
Yes, very good for tight lower backs. Yes,
Mummy.
Very good. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Well, not now.
Not now. Okay, not now.
Talk about that later.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So it is Stress Awareness Month, guys. Just until, where are we? When's the 1st of May? Must be just in a few days' time, isn't it?
It is on Saturday.
Okay, so a few of these offers are running out, but just to say that I talked about this with Life Armour, so we love Life Armour.
Oh, we do.
And a couple of things that they've got. So they've done a special offer for Stress Awareness Month where you get the drops of slumber, and here I am in my bedroom.
Love
if you
those.
could open up my bedside drawer, you've got them. I noticed in Bella's bedroom, she's got them beside her.
Were you actually asking me to?
No, I'm just saying if you were to open up my bedroom drawer, bedside drawer, you would see my drops of slumber in there, which I have last thing at night before I put my mask on. And then there's drops of balance as well. And the other thing that I really love, especially when I'm just zoning out, is It's so
That's
soft.
wonderful.
It's a really good. I think even you could wear that with your migraine.
Oh, I could. Oh, that is glorious.
Does feel good, doesn't it? Because Lil gets terrible facial pain, and you can't really normally put very much on your face at all, can you? Anyway, if you use Liz Loves for that, we have got a special bundle. So that's saving £14.50 on Life Armour, which is lifearmour.co.uk. If you're looking to replenish perhaps or try those few things for the first time, you get the organic bamboo eye mask, and then you get your slumber drops and your drops of balance. I think it's drops of balance, or is it drops of immunity? It says here drops of immunity, but I've got both here. Anyway, go and check it out. But that does expire on the 30th of April. Other offers that expire 30th of April. So coming up is the Neroli Necklace, which I've been wearing here. So that's 25% off over on Liz Earle Jewellery, but that also will run out. I am coming back to you on Wednesday. I might be able to give you a sneaky peek of the new magazine with the new competition in it. The cat's out of the bag now, okay? So, yeah, please don't miss that. As I said before, Ingenious Beauty, if you were late to the party here and didn't hear my chat earlier with Papinder Gatora, then you do need to listen to that, because that is just extraordinary. I'm going to be hopping onto the website to order more of those, because I'm going to do double dose for 3 months to really give that a good chance. And then the last thing that is running out is the Lbb Moisturizing Balm, and this was my lovely friend Nana, and you can see how much I love this, because that one has actually gone. That's been finished. And this one is my new one. So Lbb, that's a lovely British female founder-led brand. They're giving us 15% off their balms, and I use it. I tend to get a little bit of dryness on my chin, a little bit of eczema actually coming through, so that's why I often use it. And I use it on my cuticles and nails as well. So this is also in my bedside drawer, by the way.
And such a clever little thing, because it's not going to like burst open in your handbag.
No, it doesn't spill, and when we get back to travelling, you can take it with you. Anyway, I think this is a really lovely product, and I really enjoy it. It does. It's just very sort of calming. So that is just about it here. I've got a couple of questions that have come up. This is from Elaine on Instagram, who says, "Hi Liz, what are your thoughts on collagen supplements?" Well, I hope you heard today what my thoughts are. There is only one that I'm going for, and that's the Ingenious Beauty. I've heard that collagen is good for problems with knee pain, such as arthritis. Is this true? That's from Janice on Facebook. Well, yes, obviously not allowed to make medical claims, but I think if you look at the Ingenious Beauty's website, and what I was quite interested when I was talking to David, who's one of their scientific officers who used to work for big pharmaceutical companies, apparently the early studies on collagen, you borrowing that?
Yes, I am.
Were all about arthritis. And then, for whatever reason, that didn't get progressed because far more expensive arthritis drugs were developed. Make of that what you will, but yes, lots of interesting consumer stories about using collagen for arthritis, so that's a kind of just added benefit, I guess. Anyway, histamine. Oh gosh, Melanie on Instagram.
Topic.
Right, so histamine currently being treated for COVID, or having had COVID, histamine issues. Well, this is your histamine expert, Dr. Tina Pears.
Yes.
So Dr. Tina Pears has a website, drtinapears.com, talks a lot about long COVID, histamine intolerance, using antihistamines. I podcasted with her. Please check that out.
Yeah, and she's great, and she's the doctor that treats me for my histamine autoimmune condition. Yeah, so she really knows her stuff. She
does. She's a really good. She was a consultant, NHS consultant at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, so she's a proper medic.
Yeah.
Donna on Facebook, hi Donna, if you're watching, says, "I'm new. I'm so excited to join you. Stumbled across your amazing channel and hooked ever since." So there we go. Anyway, we're going to have to go now because time is running out. Thank you for being with me, sweet.
Oh, thanks for letting me launch my stuff, world exclusive.
Your bum lift device.
Yes, and also all of its
added bits.
Other bits that it will help with.
All of its other amazing bits.
Yes.
Have you put it on the website yet?
What? Cell return?
No, the W, the Wero.
Yes, on Sale Return's website.
It is.
Yes, hence the pre-order and the offer.
Oh, I see. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm not.
So
not
yes, so it's there.
So all the information is there. Is what I'm saying.
All the information is on there
Okay.
about all the products. The discount runs with salereturn.co.uk. The discount runs across all the products.
Everything.
Even if we've already got it on sale.
So there's a double discount.
Double
so this is a good time then to use your Liz Loves.
Exactly.
Thank you, sweetheart. Really appreciate
Exactly.
it. Anyway, sending lots of love to everybody. There is a new recipe going up on YouTube, Liz Earle Wellbeing YouTube channel tomorrow, Tuesday, if you're watching in real time. Tomorrow morning, I'm back on This Morning live, beaming from my garden.
How lovely.
It's so exciting. So I'll be chatting to Holly and Phil from my garden. So they're sending a crew to my farm in the morning. I was just on the phone to the producers earlier today working out what size of satellite truck we needed and all of that. So it's going to be really exciting. So if you're in the UK or you're able to watch online, I'm not sure the time yet. I'll pop it on my Instagram stories. But then I'll be back here live from the farm on Wednesday. So hope to see you then, and sending lots of love. Bye from both of us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.